Today we're jumping into Dangerous ATV Driving in Roblox, and this game is ready to put our driving skills to the test. We're starting with a basic ATV, but the goal is much bigger than simply riding around. We need to collect rewards, earn money, unlock better vehicles, and survive some seriously dangerous tracks. Right from the beginning, there are plenty of challenges waiting for us. The ATV responds quickly, which makes every turn important. Too much speed can send us off the road, while slowing down too much can make harder sections difficult. Finding the right balance will be the key to making progress. As we leave the starting area, the first route gives us a chance to learn how the ATV handles. The road is full of turns, ramps, and obstacles that force us to stay focused. At first everything seems easy, but the further we go, the more dangerous it becomes. One small mistake can completely ruin a good run. We're already collecting rewards along the way, and every one of them helps us move toward the next upgrade. More money means better upgrades, and better upgrades should eventually help us take on the toughest challenges. The first big jumps are where things really start getting interesting. We need enough speed to clear the gap, but landing safely is just as important. A perfect landing lets us continue without losing momentum, while a bad landing can send the ATV spinning in a completely different direction. Recovering quickly after a mistake becomes just as important as driving perfectly. The track also becomes narrower in some areas, leaving almost no room for error. We have to carefully control our steering while maintaining enough speed to reach the next section. These moments are where the ATV feels the most unpredictable because even a tiny movement can make a huge difference. As we continue, we're becoming more comfortable with the vehicle. The turns that seemed difficult at the beginning are starting to feel much easier, and we're able to push the ATV a little harder. Every clean corner and jump gives us more confidence to take on the next obstacle. Of course, the real goal is to keep progressing. The vehicle shop gives us something bigger to work toward, and seeing faster ATVs waiting to be unlocked makes us want to earn even more rewards. Starting with a basic machine is only the beginning. Eventually, we want a powerful ATV that can handle the most dangerous tracks without slowing down. For now, we have to survive the course ahead. The jumps are getting bigger, the turns are becoming sharper, and the consequences of a mistake are getting worse. We need to stay focused, keep collecting everything we can, and learn from every failed attempt. This adventure is only getting started, and things are already getting wild. Let's keep pushing the ATV to its limits, collect as many rewards as possible, and find out just how far we can go before this dangerous course finally beats us. The ATV is handling better now, but the course is getting much more difficult. We have already learned the basics, collected some rewards, and survived the first obstacles, so it's time to push harder. The faster we go, the more important every turn becomes. The next section gives us a bigger challenge. The road is less forgiving, with sharp turns and larger jumps. We can't simply hold the throttle and hope everything works out. We have to control the ATV in the air, prepare for each landing, and keep enough momentum to reach the next obstacle without losing control. Finding the right line is difficult. Sometimes the safest route is not the fastest one. Taking a corner too aggressively can send the ATV toward the edge, while staying too far inside can make the next jump harder. We're slowly learning where to accelerate, where to brake, and where to let the ATV roll. The rewards are becoming more important as the course continues. Every successful section gives us more money, and that money can help improve the vehicle. A faster ATV would make these challenges easier, but for now we have to prove that we can handle the machine we already have. The jumps are getting bigger too. Some look simple from a distance, but the landing zone can be surprisingly narrow. We need enough speed, keep the ATV straight while airborne, and make sure the wheels touch down in the right place. A perfect landing lets us continue immediately, while a bad one can destroy our momentum. There are also moments where the course suddenly changes direction. 1 second we're moving straight ahead, and the next we're forced into a sharp turn with almost no time to react. We are becoming more confident, but we can't become careless. Our progress is starting to show. We are completing sections that looked difficult earlier, collecting more rewards, and understanding the vehicle much better. Every mistake is teaching us something useful, and every successful attempt helps us improve our driving. That's what makes this game so addictive. You always feel like the next run could be better than the last one. The map is also becoming more exciting as we explore further. New obstacles appear, the roads become more complicated, and the challenges keep changing. It never feels like we're repeating the exact same section. Another jump, turn, or shortcut is waiting for us. At this point, the biggest challenge is simply staying focused. One distraction can send the ATV off the road, and recovering from a mistake can cost a lot of time. We have to stay calm, watch the track ahead, and react before the obstacle reaches us. We're not finished yet, and the most dangerous sections may still be waiting ahead. The ATV is getting pushed harder with every minute, and our driving is being tested more than ever. Let's keep collecting rewards, improve our control, and see if we can make it through the next part without crashing. The track is getting tougher, but we're not slowing down. At this point, we've already learned how the ATV behaves, and now the real challenge is seeing how far we can push it. The road ahead is filled with bigger jumps, tighter turns, and sections where one mistake can completely change the run. The next obstacle looks simple at first, but the approach is everything. We need to build enough speed before the jump, keep the ATV balanced in the air, and land straight enough to continue without losing control. A perfect landing gives us a huge advantage, while landing at the wrong angle can send us spinning across the track. As the course continues, we're starting to take more risks. The rewards are getting harder to reach, but they're also becoming more valuable. Collecting them gives us more money, and every upgrade brings us closer to a faster ATV. That makes even difficult sections worth attempting again. One of the biggest challenges is maintaining control at high speed. The ATV can move incredibly quickly, but speed also makes every mistake much harder to recover from. A small turn at low speed is easy to correct. At maximum speed, the same movement can send the entire vehicle off the course. We need to stay calm and make smooth adjustments. Some sections require much more precision than others. Narrow platforms leave almost no space on either side, and the slightest steering mistake can send us straight down. Here, slowing down can actually be faster because surviving matters more than saving a few seconds. The jumps are also becoming more unpredictable. Some landings give us plenty of room, while others put us directly in front of another obstacle. We have to think beyond the jump itself. Every landing needs to prepare us for the next section. We're also starting to understand how much the vehicle can handle. Earlier, we were cautious because we didn't know its limits. Now we're becoming more confident in pushing the ATV harder through corners and over obstacles. That confidence is helping us complete sections that seemed almost impossible when we first started. The course keeps finding new ways to challenge us, and that's what makes this game so entertaining. Just when we think we've figured out the track, another difficult section appears. It forces us to stay focused and adjust constantly instead of using the same strategy throughout the run. We're getting closer to the more advanced parts of the course now, and the pressure is building. The ATV is moving faster, the obstacles are becoming more dangerous, and the rewards are giving us even more reasons to keep going. One successful run could make the next stage easier. For now, the goal is simple: stay on the track, collect everything we can, and keep improving our driving. We haven't reached the hardest part yet, and the final sections could be absolutely crazy. Let's keep pushing and see if we can survive what's waiting ahead. The ATV is being pushed harder than ever, and now we're entering some of the most dangerous sections of the course. We've survived jumps, sharp turns, and narrow paths, but the challenges ahead look even harder. At this point, there is no room for careless driving. One mistake could send the ATV off the track and force us to start again. The next part immediately puts our control to the test. We need to build speed before a large jump, keep the ATV balanced in the air, and land perfectly on the other side. It sounds simple, but the landing area is smaller than it looks. Too much steering in the air can change our direction, so the safest strategy is to stay calm and make small adjustments. After the landing, there is almost no time to relax. Another turn appears right away, followed by a narrow section where the road gets dangerously close to the edge. Knowing the ATV becomes important. We've spent the entire run learning how it accelerates, turns, and reacts to sudden movements, and now that experience is starting to pay off. The rewards are also becoming more valuable. Every successful obstacle gives us another chance to earn money and improve the vehicle. That's a huge motivation to keep going, especially when a section becomes frustrating. Instead of giving up after a mistake, we can try again, learn what went wrong, and make the next attempt better. Some of the most dangerous moments happen when we are moving at maximum speed. The ATV feels incredibly fast, but that makes every turn harder to correct. A tiny steering mistake can become a huge problem within seconds. We have to watch the road carefully, prepare for the next obstacle early, and avoid sudden movements. The course continues testing us with different combinations of jumps and turns. Just when we think we've mastered one type of obstacle, another appears immediately afterward. Sometimes the best solution is to slow down and focus on control. Other times, we need maximum speed to clear a gap. Learning when to attack and when to be careful has become a major part of the challenge. We're also getting closer to the sections where the best ATV upgrades would make a huge difference. Seeing those better vehicles waiting for us makes the grind feel worthwhile. Every reward we collect now could help us reach a faster machine later, which means even the hardest parts of the track have a purpose. Another clean run gives us confidence, and we're starting to complete obstacles that looked impossible earlier. The ATV is still unpredictable, but we're learning how to recover when things go wrong. Even if the landing isn't perfect, keeping control for another second can be enough to save the entire attempt. The final stretch is getting closer, but we can't relax yet. There are still dangerous obstacles between us and the finish, and the hardest one could be waiting around the next corner. Let's keep our speed under control, collect every reward, and push this ATV through the hardest part of the adventure. We're finally reaching the last part of this dangerous ATV adventure, and the course is throwing some of its toughest challenges at us. We've already survived huge jumps, narrow roads, sharp turns, and plenty of moments where the ATV almost went completely out of control. Now we just need to stay focused and make it to the end. The next section looks especially dangerous. The track becomes narrow, and there's almost no room on either side. We have to keep the ATV balanced while maintaining enough speed to reach the next jump. One small steering mistake could send us off the course, so every movement has to be controlled. After another difficult turn, we get a chance to collect more rewards. Every reward matters because we're getting closer to better upgrades and faster vehicles. Even though the current ATV is doing a decent job, it's clear that a more powerful machine would make some of these extreme sections much easier. Another big jump is coming up, and this time we need to get the landing exactly right. We build up speed, launch off the ramp, and try to keep the ATV straight in the air. For a moment everything looks perfect, and then we finally hit the ground safely. That gives us a huge boost of confidence as we continue toward the finish. The final stretch is still dangerous, but now we understand the vehicle much better. Instead of panicking when the ATV starts sliding, we know how to correct it and keep moving. Every obstacle we've completed has taught us something, and all of that experience is helping us survive these final moments. And finally, we reach the end of the course. After all the crashes, jumps, narrow turns, and risky moments, making it this far feels incredibly satisfying. That final run is definitely one of the most exciting parts of the whole adventure. Dangerous ATV driving really shows how quickly a simple ride can turn into a crazy challenge when the track keeps getting harder. If you enjoyed this ATV adventure, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more Roblox gameplay right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.